Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another session of 130 Technicals. For those that are new, and as we all know, this is basically a market outlook session. We get to look for the opportunities we can find in the market, and then at the same time, you guys get to see an in-depth of my strategy, how I take my trades and how I get my setups. Yeah. So that being said, we normally look at the pairs I trade, that's AUD, SZD, GBP, and Euro USD. And then every time we look at what the fundamentals before we jump on the charts. So that being said, let's get to the business of the day. For today, fundamentals, we basically have, we already had the high impact news on AUD by 2:30. I think I was asleep. Okay, I was awake. I can't remember. But then we have another high impact news by 4 p.m., which is a speech, Bank of England. So it can be tricky a bit, but today is quite subtle, it's quite quiet. And then we have mid impact news by 7:35 FOMC member speech. So watch out for those. Volatility should be expected. Yeah. If you don't have a fundamental trading strategy, sit out. If you have a setup, you can take it with low lots, that's risk low, or you can as well. Or if you have positions that are on, you can move them. You'll move your stop loss to break even so as to have what a risk-free trade. That being said, let's jump on our charts and see what we can get. Okay, cool. AUD has been tricky since yesterday. These days, I finished my service, so I've started. It's not like I trade on Monday. I don't think I would say I've started trading on Monday, but I was around yesterday. Yeah, I was looking at the charts throughout yesterday. So I think the markets opened. Yeah, the markets opened around here. We had this whole push to the upside on Saturday. The markets opened around here. I was expecting like a retest of this shift in market structure so I can jump on a trade around here. But then I did not see that. Instead, I had this whole movement here. This whole movement here. It just retraced short and then was continued. Like I tell you guys, short retracements always indicate what? Strong momentum in the trend. And then I think because I don't use the short retracement strategy very much, I do not now take it. But I think if I took that short retracement strategy, this would have been like in profits, like very good profits by now. So we had a push, pulled back, and then we just exploded to the upside. We created this high here, we pulled back, we just tapped into this level. I think this was around the 50. And normally I'm not comfortable with retracements around the 50. I always love seeing them down to at least after the 50 or towards the 60. We tapped into these levels, had kind of like, this was like an entry criteria, but I was not comfortable with this one. And then we pushed up. We now pushed down. Yesterday, I was not happy that, okay, now we have a shift in market structure. I can now enter as the retest. I now woke up this morning, I saw that price has just been ascending. And I think this is because of the news on the NZD. Yeah. Normally, these candlesticks, yeah, they happen. You see rejections at the top, see rejections, but they never stop. They normally happen after like a news event or something. Yeah. And then it shows it most times when this thing happens, it continues for a while before it even retraces. So I was not like, okay, let's watch out. Now, if we see a break, yeah, if this break happens clearly, yeah, when it happens, this is what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at it like this. I will first of all drop my fee from the top to the bottom, and then watch out for where my golden ratio is, and then wait for the retest. So that's basically what I'll be looking out for. I'll be looking out for something like this break and then retest. Yeah, for a continuation, because it seems this uptrend is quite strong. Yeah. So now that's basically what I have on AUD. So let's go to NZD. NZD USD2 is a bit tricky. It has been a bit tricky. So yesterday we opened at we had this break last week, yeah. So now I was expecting what's that retest. Yeah, I was expecting that retest of this level. That was around the 60 Fibonacci. And then we did not have that retest. We just had what? An explosion to the upside. Now we had a break of structure. Now I was expecting, okay, a retest around the 60. Now that retest around the 60 did not happen. We had what? A very deep retracement that came and tapped into these levels again. Now, both NZD and AUD did something yesterday. Yeah, watch where price opened for the week around here. Price opened around here. Yeah, and then it actually pushed up and then it came back to that same level before what's continuing. Now, if you check AUD2, it's the same thing. Now, these pairs are correlated, but then they don't do the same thing. Do you understand? See, I think even Euro USD and GBP USD did the same thing. Price opened here, and then price pushed up, but then came back to that level before what's pushing up. Now I'm going to see if I can build a strategy around this. It's just an observation. I think this is like the second week I'm observing it. Yeah, I'll still look at it. I might back test it and see if it's something worth trying. I might start trying it. Yeah, I think Euro USD to Euro USD opened around here. Yeah, around here. Price pushed up, came back into these levels before what? Exploding to the upside. Same thing with GBP USD. Okay, I think it's only okay, see GBP USD. GBP USD opened here. Yeah, GBP USD opened here. Price pushed up. I think it came back. Okay, not tap into it fully, but it came near before it was pushing to the upside. So it's just an observation. You guys too can backtest it and see if it's something worth holding, then we can start trading it. Yeah, that's basically what Forex is all about. Observations, stuff that have been working. Yeah, that's basically what the strategy is. So now, that being said, let's go back to analysis on AUD. I mean on NZD. Yeah. So let me see. So we had that push, the deep, we had like the extreme retracement, and then price tapped inside. Now this reaction here, yeah, I was watching out for it yesterday. On the 15 minutes here, we created a shift in market structure. Yeah, we pushed up, pushed down, and then what? We basically broke to the downside. So I was expecting what? That retest for what? A continuation to the downside. You get. Let me change that to another color so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Change that to red. So now, let me make it thick also. Change this now. So I was watching out for it, but then once price tapped into these levels around here, and then I did not see any entry criteria, and also price pushing up. And I was now like, okay, let me wait for the hourly candle to close. As I was waiting, I now dozed off. Then we had what an entry criteria here. If you look deep, you see we had kind of like a rejection candlestick there. Yeah, we had a rejection candlestick here, and then price was just pushed to the downside. And at this point, I was actually sleeping. I woke up around these levels here when price already broke to the downside. So it was already too late for me to catch it. So I was now looking for another entry on NZD USD because I think yesterday of all my pairs, NZD was the only one looking promising. Yeah, I was now looking for that break of structure to the downside. Price no break. Price just tapped into these levels, rejected, went back, tapped into those levels, and then came back again. I was not like, okay, now we might have a break, we not still have a break. So it's more like price is in a range. Yeah. Until I see price exit that range, I'm not going to be trying anything. I don't want to waste my money on very wretched setups. So I'm still going to keep calm and see how price is going to behave. And then it has been doing what that push that AUD2 is doing. So I think price is in this range. Yeah, it's safe to say it's in this range until I see something outside this range before I'm going to trade it. So I'm still going to sit back and wait. Yeah. Now, our next pair is what GBP US, Euro USD. Euro USD. Euro USD2 is quite tricky. I think all the pairs have been tricky. But I feel it's because it was Monday yesterday. That's why I did not get any positions. Normally, I don't trade on Monday, so I was not even putting my mind to it. So now, yeah, we opened here. We pushed up, pushed down. I think Euro USD2, I was expecting that retest of that broken structure. But then we did not have it. We had what? A break. And then we retraced around the 0.3% of the Fibonacci, and then we exploded to the upside. I was not expecting what a continuation. We did not see a continuation. I was like, okay, we'll see a shift. We will not still see what a shift. Tapped into these levels and then what pushed back up. And then now we have been pushing back up. Same thing with NZD. Yeah, I'm going to hold these levels like this, top to bottom. What's happening? Top to bottom. Yes, and this is bottom to top. Until I see price exit the top or bottom of these levels before I'm going to do something. For now, I'm going to consider this a range. And my strategy doesn't work well with range. So let's go to the next pair, which is GBP USD. Now, GBP USD too, and I think GBP USD, yeah, I was analyzing it from a very ugly eye. That's why. But here is my reason. Yeah, we had a push, we had an explosion to the upside. Yeah, this was the structure that was broken. We pushed, we kind of retraced a bit, then we broke that structure to the upside. Yeah, and then now we pushed to the downside. And then we've started what's exploding. I mean, it's not exploding. We've started moving gradually to the upside again. Now, if you observe something, yeah, I think I not see this. It's now that I'm looking at it this way that I think this point price is reacting is around the golden ratio. Yep, around the golden ratio. That's why I said I was looking at it from the wrong eye. I was looking at, if I took this whole range, this whole point as one leg, then I might have gotten it. But then I was taking it as two. That's one and then two. But still safe. We'll see what we can get. Let's delete these levels. But then another thing is, I'm not sure there was an entry criteria here. Looking at this from the 1H, if you go to the 15 minutes, I'm not sure there was anything important there. Was there anything? Okay, we had an engulfing candlestick. Okay, we had an engulfing candlestick. So there was actually something fine. And then not just an engulfing candlestick, we had what, a break and then what, a retest. And then we basically had another engulfing candlestick, and then what, since then we have continued to the upside. I just didn't see it that way. Just to pay attention to it next time. Anyways, that's being said, what I'll be watching out for on GBP USD now, yeah. Let me forget about positions not cut. Let's talk about the ones that we're going to catch. I'm going to hold this level and this level. Those are my major support and resistance. I'm going to see where price is going to exit, up or down. Once it exits, I'll be looking for that retest. That's basically what I'll be looking out for on GBP USD. Hope you guys understand my analysis. What questions do you guys have, and what pairs do you want me to take a look at before we go? Are there any pairs you guys want me to take a look at before we go? Okay, I'll take the silence as a no. So, that being said, we'll call it a day today. Please, you guys should stay safe in the markets. The markets are kind of ranging, so don't waste your money on the low quality setups. Wait for your setups to happen. Why I'm not panicking is because my strategy is what's tested and trusted. Do you understand? So in as much as I'm not seeing positions, I'm not going to say my strategy is not working. Do you guys understand? I'm going to wait for that one set. The few setups that will actually present themselves and what capitalize on them. Do you guys understand? So that's how to basically handle yourself during these moments. Don't panic. It's all going to be fine. Do you guys understand? So that being said, I'm going to see you guys same time tomorrow. Same time. Yeah, same time. You guys should stay safe and always keep an open mind to the markets. Catch you guys later. Thank you all for attending this session.